Hi, and welcome to Danny After Dark. If you're new here, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss a notification or a new episode. So, last episode where we covered the Jodi Arias case, I said Paul was not welcome back. Just for this after show. Just for this after show.
See, she's crazy. She can't make up her mind about anything. The voices in my head told me that Paul was not allowed back here. Shut up! It's like,
well, thanks again, Paul, for joining me for that episode.
Yeah, no problem. It was an interesting case. It just made me so happy that I don't have to be in the dating pool. Because holy, oh man, imagine.
Yeah.
So do I have to, because I'm in the passenger seat now, do I have to say hello to everybody? Is that the thing? Hello, Anastasia. Hello, James. Hello, Beth. Well, that was hard. We got that's out of the way. Oh man. No, that case is crazy. She's crazy. Hey, Capone. Hey, Charlie. It's just all crazy pants all the time. Hello, Steph.
Hey, everybody.
That's but they're always the best in bed, but then they fucking kill you. Oh, hey, Kimba. Hey, Renee.
Hey, everyone. Yeah, this was, man. But you know what's interesting? The guy that Jodi was with before Travis, he was an older guy, but she had a long-term relationship with him. He testified at trial, and he didn't see any of this side of her.
Right, and he had her around his kid, and she was like chill with his kid and stuff like that. But I think, what was it, that something happened where her parents ended up going through her room or something, and for some reason that really fucked her up. Hey, what's up, Manson Archives?
I mean, whose parents don't go through their room at some point in their life? I mean,
sure, and you get pissed off, but that doesn't mean you end up a psycho, crazy ex-girlfriend. It's just like, man, crazy girl for its sex death. Crazy girl, sex death. Tough one.
So I was very intrigued when you started getting into this case because you didn't know a lot about it, being from Canada.
I just knew I'd seen a couple of videos of some crazy girl doing a headstand who killed her boyfriend. But when I really started looking into it, when I really saw what was going on with it, felt even worse for that Travis guy. I mean, he was playing with fire for sure, because he kept going back. Like, when he'd get rid of her, he kept stringing her along. And even though he knew she slashed tires and listened in on his conversations and did all this crazy stuff. So it's just but he still was and that fucking phone call where he's like, I want to tie you to a tree. And she's like, oh my God, I've never had that done before. Oh my God. Really? She's been fucking, oh man. I bet you by the time she got to him, she had been rode hard and put away wet for sure. There is no way that chick wasn't used like an old paper bag.
Oh my God. So, Wolf, thank you.
Yeah, yeah, that was the man acting like a damn fool.
So Capone says, so anyway, tell me more about these ninja intruders. I'm going to go back and I'm sure I slipped into a Boston accent. It just happens.
They were wicked awesome at ninjutsu.
There was one point you wicked slipped into a Canadian accent, wicked, but I didn't want to draw attention to it, but you did.
No dude thinks that will happen though, when hot girls are doing weird shit. No, yeah, nobody thinks that you're going to get your throat cut. They just think it's going to be like, fuck, am I going to have to change my number?
Wolf says Paul was good too at asking you the questions.
He's not saying it with that defeated tone. It's a different tone of voice.
But I just want to add on to what you said. So even if, he couldn't get rid of her, I don't think he wanted to get rid of her. I mean,
No, because
he was getting what he couldn't get from a girl that he would marry and make a good Mormon wife wasn't going to have sex with him at this point in life and do the things he wanted. So essentially, Jodi was like his dirty little secret. So was he going to get rid of her? Not really. But that doesn't warrant what she did. And I don't think he had any clue. Or his friends. I don't think they thought it would happen the way it did.
But as soon as it did, they knew it was her. Right?
Correct.
Like that's where, and like, come on. Like, no matter how good a chick is at putting it down, you're not going to be like, oh, she slashed some tires and listened in at the door. Better not. But like you said, I mean, like, I can't believe, especially coming from what he came from too, like, it's too, I don't know. I've never been able to, like, I've had a crazy girl here or there, and but I left. I didn't go back. It was tempting. There's been times where it was tempting, like back in the day, but you think about all the pain in the ass that came along with it, and you're just like, nah. But he kept doing it, and she was, and like, none of the crazy girls I was with ever slashed any dang tires or like anything like that. They were a bit like, see, he knows me. Yeah, but his crazies trump my crazies for sure. For sure. There was one time where I was like, Fiddleford, are you sure? Are you sure?
Man. Oh, what were you saying? I was going to comment on something that you said. Oh damn, what was it? It'll come back to me. That's all right.
I'm looking at some of the comments on here.
Yeah, Kim, what does Kimba say? I had a cop let me start his cop car before, albeit it was remote, but still.
Hey, he was trying to show off. He's like, yeah, you can press my buttons. You can go ahead there, little mama.
Paul, yes, that's one way to put it. Fiddle says, I was sure and drunk, probably high.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
If they have, God, I don't remember offhand. I didn't go into that part of the research for this case because that's just way, way beyond like the recap that I do. But I mean, I'm sure one had to be done. I'm sure. If so, I just haven't read it. What is Jodi diagnosed with? I don't know offhand.
It's called batshit crazy syndrome. Absolute fucking nutcase.
But what is this? You can only blame parents so much and then it's on you. Yep.
Yeah. There's certain things there's certain things that you'll numb out to, I think. And that's the other thing with where I can think why Travis was just like, oh, well, because his mom was a fucking nutcase. And he was in such a like turbulent childhood, and then he really like hugged on to the Mormon thing, but he still had that little like, so maybe it was just like, well, women are crazy. I guess that's just how it goes.
He grew up with such adversity that who he became, that he did was amazing and just a testament to how much hard work. He wasn't just given that opportunity in life. Think of where he came from. And it's just, anytime someone's murdered, it's a shame. Don't get me wrong, but this was very, just see where he started to where it ended. It's just sad.
It's sad. Yeah. Wolf found what she was diagnosed with.
She has been diagnosed as narcissistic, a pathological liar, bipolar, and a sociopath. I believe it all The bipolar, I would want to read more on that diagnosis. Everything else I believe without a doubt, but the bipolar part, I personally would want to read a little bit more on that. There was I don't know if it was a documentary on Netflix or which stream it was, where they interviewed Jodi's, I believe it was her prison cellmate. And that, I didn't watch it, but I read some reviews about it. The woman was saying that Jodi still, shocking, uses her flirtation and her body to get to get treated a certain way from the male guards.
Yeah, she flirts with the male guards and does all this sort of stuff. Never take pictures before you murder a person. Note to self. And then cleaning out the evidence from the phone doesn't mean putting it through the lawn, or from the camera doesn't mean putting it through the washing machine.
I mean, she, not that I would say, hey, here's how you commit a better crime, but think of the distance she drove. She could have easily pulled off somewhere and thrown that in a trash receptacle of some kind or a dumpster. Why leave it at the scene?
Yeah, okay, she's batshit crazy. So there's that portion of it where it's like, well, rational person wouldn't do what she did anyway. So.
Right. I mean, in the bloody print that's mixed with her and Travis's. I mean, there was other evidence they would have got her on, but my God, let's see. Anastasia
James,
says,
that's the other definition for it.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All that, and she did it in the house. She should. Yeah,
sure that was involved in it. Yeah, they do. They throw that one around a lot. They throw that one in trauma. It's like somebody banged their foot on the door. They're like, I was traumatized by a door and now I jump all the time.
Do you know what similarities I saw in this in regards to putting blame on others? I saw the similarity with her in this case, blaming her parents for abuse, where I really believe that the parents had nothing. No abuse against her.
No, there were no witnesses that came forward that said anything but, no, our parents were fine.
Mm-hmm.
They were actually good parents.
It reminded me,
threw them under the bus. She has no care about anybody else but herself. That's narcissistic for sure.
I get that she wants to save her ass, and it's her lawyer's job to save her ass. But for them she didn't walk into court that day not knowing that was going to be presented to everybody. So for her to know, hey, we're going to say, whether it was her idea saying, well, actually I was abused, mm-hmm. for her to walk in there knowing I'm going to completely throw my parents under the bus, just it just sucks. And it reminded me of the Casey Anthony case, only in regards to she throwing her father under the bus at one point to kind of, maybe he's the one that, with my mm-hmm. daughter, and just no regard for anybody else except to save their own ass.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it really reminded me of. I was reading about her diagnosis earlier. This case is more cut and dry than the Manson case. Just a little bit.
By 100 million billion.
Wait, does that mean we're not starting the Jodi Arias saga discussion panel?
Yeah, it's one episode. It's crazy as shit. Conversation over.
Jodi Arias, Ivanka Trump, Casey Anthony, and Kate Gossam, my four most hated women in that order. Let's see. She has a void. She couldn't walk away like most people. I think it was one of those, if I can't have you, nobody else can.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She had a void.
Oh, you dated crazies. Did you run into one of those? If I can't have you, nobody else can?
Not like that. No, obviously. I'm fucking here. But you do have the ones that latch right on.
Mm-hmm.
There's the odd, but it's like, I mean, I don't know. I become a pain in the ass eventually, so it's like, yeah, and not like in the Mormon loophole, but like just in general, right? And so it's I'm not one to get hung up on. I'm too annoying.
They might set out for that, and then they're just like, I'm just going to cut my losses.
Yeah, it'd be like they're infatuated for a while, and then they're like, oh, he's actually just like really fucking annoying. If
Renee
Tinder
says a
had,
lot of people do things like that, like this, don't feel much but rage.
that's true. Yeah, yeah.
James, if I'm weird tonight, because he's not weird every other night, but I digress. If I'm weird tonight, it's because I tried my first ever weed infused Rice Krispie squares tonight.
How were they? Did they taste okay, or did they taste like? Well, no, because now that they sell them in stores. So I remember when I was a kid,
Not
people would
everywhere.
make
It's still not legal in a lot of states here in the US.
right, but in all non-crazy places, that they like it's like the food actually tastes good now, as opposed to when you would make like weed brownies when you were a kid and it just tasted like the asshole of a weed plant. It's just so gross, but you got you some fucked up, that's for sure.
Kimba says she should be in prison. Ninjas equals Karate Dave.
Ooh, Manson
Capone.
connection. I wonder if it wasn't Casey Anthony, it was actually Linda Ronstadt.
You mean Jodi Arias?
Yeah, or yeah, Jodi Arias. Whatever.
Look at that, Paul. Wolf spelled
What?
it out for us.
Just what
The
is that?
Jodi
Jodi
Arias Saga
Arias.
discussion panel.
I like it. If
Where's
Tinder had existed, then there would have been a trail of bodies, Kimba. There would have been a trail that she would have been swipe right. It's like, why didn't I match? And then she would have like hunted the fucking guy down.
Oh my God. Let's see. I'm a little bit behind. Paul said Jodi spoiled Travis sexually, and look what happened. James says it's bad when Jodi makes Susan Atkins seems like a girl you'd want to take home to meet mom.
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking, I would rather give Susan Atkins a foot massage than go on a date with Jodi Arias. And she had sores all over her fucking feet.
That's all right, Amy. You can go back and check it out. It will stay up as well as this little bit of an after show, as long as it's not too much of a shit show.
So far, so good. Gross, Renee. I know.
JASDP, you can't put that on YouTube. Am I missing something?
I don't know. I put MSDP and I was always expecting people to go right at the back end of it. No pun intended.
Oh my God. So I'm curious from you guys in the chat. I mean, I know Paul already said he didn't, but what have you guys seen? Have you guys and ladies seen any of the interview with the police, especially where she does the handstand and sings "Oh Silent Night"? Have you seen, when it was on trial? I mean, it was broadcasted here, the whole trial. Did you guys watch that? When the autopsy photos from Travis were released, have you guys seen those photos? Again, they're all over the internet. I have seen all of them that are out. They are graphic. So I would say if you are not into that type of thing, don't go searching if you haven't seen it. But it's intense. It's intense.
The interrogation and the court proceedings are super interesting, and I recommend watching those. As far as the pictures, fucking, I'm not doing it, and I don't think that, just from the way it was described in the book, it's like, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does deserve the death penalty, but it's better that she just stays in there and rots.
But then with life in prison, I don't know. I think it's his family and friends always. I think it depends. I don't know. I mean, I can't speak for them, obviously, but to know that she's still living and breathing and manipulating guards, there's still interviews. People are still talking about her. As Travis's family and friends, I'd be outraged.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not stopping. Her moment, and she is one of the most popular female prisoners that men write to because they want to.
Because they listened to the fucking thing of her being like, "Oh my god, no, I'd never do that. Whatever, yeah, okay." Like,
Yep.
yeah. Always approach from the rear, lick her in the front, poke her in the rear. Jodi will
Wow.
no, she's not eligible for parole ever. I don't think it'll right with no possibility of parole.
It was with no possibility of parole, but what I've learned with doing a lot of research on true crime, not just for my show, but even prior, things change all the time. And when you think it's a set thing, there's some little technicality. And next thing you know, so never say never.
I'd like to see a reality show of her in prison. I'd like to know if she had more success. I think they all had their pick.
Mm-hmm.
But I think but when she dyed her hair after she killed him, right? Like, she was a blonde in the pictures that were on the camera.
No, she was brunette.
Oh, was she? When she was bearing it all?
I've seen the pictures.
I saw those pictures.
And of course you don't recall what hair color she is, you freak.
Of course not. I mean, I don't know.
Well, the guy, Ryan, that she went to go see, where she was all cut up and bandages, he comments during the trial that she was a blonde, but when she showed up, she was a brunette.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Don't hate me because I'm crazy. I mean beautiful. Yes, I've seen that, Renee. Yep.
No.
Man.
If she gets out, I'm more scared. Well, no, I think it's about the same amount of what's her name? The Barbie, the Canadian Barbie.
Karla Homolka.
She's and she's got a family. That's just nutty.
She married her lawyer's brother.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you think he knew?
He knew. The lawyer knew. What would family dinners be like without her? So, hey, how you treating my brother? Like, oh man.
Yep. James, I'm not putting that up, but come on.
She didn't have a carpet.
Paul. No, I don't think she's attractive at all. To give credit where credit is due, I do think Jodi is pretty.
She's all right. But yeah, no kidding, Kimba. It's just be like, here's what you did wrong, crazy pants.
God. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and I mean, somebody married you.
Oh, she meant Homolka. Somebody married me? Yeah, I'm not pretty. I don't need to be pretty. I'm charming. Oh, man.
I can't emphasize enough, if people haven't listened to the interrogation and everything, there's recorded phone calls of when she calls the detectives checking in, just, oh, I'm a friend of Travis, how can I be of help, and like, what do you know, and when she's really trying to insert and see what they know. It's just horrible. It's horrible.
Ew.
Oh God.
I hate that woman. That's disgusting.
That's one case I would love to cover, but technically it's unsolved because she got away with it. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind she's guilty. James, can you send me or post in our Facebook group those photos? I kind of want to see. And then if Paul doesn't want them there, then I'll take them off. But I want to see them because James, I didn't see them.
Kane, I think she looks crazy. Yeah, she looks out of her mind. For sure. Nancy Grace. Ugh. Yeah, she's awful.
Oh my God. So Nancy Grace was at that trial, the Jodi Arias trial every day. I think she still was working for Fox News. Don't, if I'm wrong, don't misquote me on that. But Nancy Grace's big claim is that Jodi Arias flipped her the bird during the trial. Like specifically look at her and flipped her the bird.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, she did flip her the bird. Yeah, I remember that. That's funny. Yeah, Jodi looks terrifying. Like there is, like you could see murder in those eyes.
I've seen them on YouTube stuff. They're not that, it's not that hard to find. Like everything. You just, if you type in Jodi Arias interrogation, I mean, it's not that hard to find. I didn't have trouble. Well, I like Nancy Grace. Paul, be nice. Be nice.
The beauty's in the eye of the beholder. The voice, like, she has a voice that belongs in print, that woman.
Yes, beauty's in the beholder, but my Italian boyfriend married an Italian woman. My South African Orthodox Jewish boyfriend married an Orthodox Jewish woman. My God, say that 5 times fast.
My grandparents were not stoked on my mom until she popped out this little Jewish prince. And then they were like, oh, that's okay.
Wait a minute. I've been doing a co-host show with you for 2 years and you're a little Jewish prince.
No. But like, you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
It was pretty funny. I always thought that was really funny. Hey, Tony.
Hey, Tony.
I always thought that was funny that like, that they would be like, no, you can't have a shiksa. It's like, wait, you were persecuted for your guys' religion. Like, why? What do you give a shit? Like, what's the deal? Yeah, the voice that belongs in print, a face for radio and a voice that belongs in print.
God.
I have a Jane Velez Mitchell on ebook about Jodi, but haven't read it yet. You should. I haven't
read that. Is that one of the ones you read?
I only read 2 of them. Or was it? I don't remember what the first one was, but I remember what the second was. I only know a few Hebrew words. Dalet, Hatul, Mehonit. I know Fakakta. I like that one, which is fucked up. That's a good one.
Trekker, yes, it's a real place. I know 2 people that went to Barcelona. Yep.
Did you know that that there's Yiddish words that have been integrated into like the English language, like glitch? Glitch
really?
Glitch is a Yiddish word, and there's some other ones, but I can't remember. But I know that but glitch was an interesting one that I found out about because everybody knows that word and says it, and they have no idea where it's from. So that's where that one's from. I guess English is just kind of a big shit mix of everything.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. Who would have thought, that this show wasn't educational?
Yeah, there you go. At least you can go away being like, I learned something. It took a really, really, really long time, but we learned something.
So can I just jump back a second? So not only Jodi Arias's attorney, Kurt Nurmi, but also prosecutor Juan Martinez, they both, after this trial, got in quite a bit of trouble, each of them. They each published books, and they didn't just get in trouble because of the books, but they each got in a lot of trouble. Juan Martinez, if I recall, was making like sexually harassment comments towards like women in his office and something like that. And then
Sounds about
Kurt
right.
Nurmi, yeah, he's very outspoken. He hated Jodi.
Oh yeah. And then he went back to his office and was like, "Hey, secretary, why don't you come over here and sit on my lap and we'll see if we can't get you pregnant."
You know what's interesting? Did you, Paul, specifically hear the part during the trial where Kurt Nurmi, her lawyer, says to the jury, like, basically, like, you might not like Jodi. I don't like her most days. Like, he
Yeah.
just flat out,
Yeah.
yeah.
Everybody just fucking doesn't like her. It's like, yeah, that was funny when the defense said that. You may not like Jodi Arias. I don't like Jodi Arias, but I'm still here to defend her and totally smash Buddy's reputation, which was just disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
Pardon my yawn.
No, that's all right. That's all right. Hey, look at that. Fiddle feels smarter already. That's just from knowing me. Thank you, Fiddle.
Oh my God. Well, let's not go crazy.
I'm
Him
waiting for
being
my
smarter
Emmy
is
nomination after that performance I did in our collab episode. I mean,
Fiddleford is skyrocketing towards rock bottom.
you know what? Guarantee Fiddle watched our collab just now and was just like, yeah, I can do better. I'll be back. Let's see. You should do Amy Fisher. She's actually on the list. Somebody else, you know that case, Paul, right? Mm-hmm. Joey Buttafuoco.
Oh yeah, he went on the Howard Stern show and like that was a crazy episode. They made a porno after and like yeah, that's a wild one too.
Yeah, she went into porn, Amy Fisher. Yeah.
With him.
Well, not just with him, she had a whole porn career.
Right.
Made that up. She made that up.
Was who a pedo?
Travis.
No.
The accusations.
Not at all. And then she said, "Oh, he made me wear like Spider-Man little boy underpants." And like, it was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
There was all these things he quote unquote made her do, but when you listen to the audio, she's not forced.
No,
she's leading this conversation.
That chick's ass was a revolving door, is what. Really, she's seen more shaft than an elevator. She has, oh man, yeah, she was dick down a lot.
Oh my God. Can you do your Travis Alexander impersonation?
My Travis?
It's not Travis, sorry, Jodi Arias.
No, not now.
Not now.
No.
It's quite good, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
What is this?
I'm like an old-time Southerner with my goofy sayings. I am too. I got a lot of them.
There is lots of movies about Amy Fisher. Yep. Mm-hmm. You know what? No Crisco. Steph says, Paul, how do you really feel about Jodi?
Yeah, I mean, not favorable. not into it. Old crazy pants kid. Yeah, then an elevator.
Oh man, it's, oh my God. If you watch the trial, like when they're playing the tapes, when you look at Jodi's family, what
James just wrote.
Oh God, James.
So brutal.
That's horrible.
Oh man, that's dark, but it made me laugh. Really, that was wow.
Oh my God, that's horrible, James. For shame. But oh my God, his parent, like his family, like his sister's like looking down, like she can't even look up when they're playing everything. It's just, and she's in tears.
Oh my God. Well, I mean, and they had to play this whole thing. Like you get the point after the start of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like James is naughty.
Yeah, Kimba. James
Kimba is the little. Kimba looks like she's got a bit of the crazy in her. You be careful, James.
Look at Kimba's avatar. Look at that, Kimba, if you dye your hair blonde.
Hey, worth it.
Love you, Kimba. Love you.
Hard as wood.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, Paul, 100%. There's we're not denying that at all.
I don't think he thinks that we were. Just
making it clear.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Peanut Gallery who will be giving me a shout out soon. Thank you. Hashtag Clairol.
Yeah.
God.
Oh man. All right.
Man, so oh my God, we're at 35 minutes already. So we'll kind of wind it down. If anybody, Joy sounds scary.
Joy had the best saying ever.
We love Joy.
Yeah, Joy's awesome. Needing to get banged like a screen door in a hurricane. That is the best saying. I haven't heard that one, and I've heard some. Like, that was great.
She said the amount of friend requests she got after that show.
Yeah, no kidding. People are like, so you're gonna beat the shit out of me with your vagina? I'm down. Everyone's like, let's do this thing.
Hey, what are you doing Tuesday night?
Yeah, everyone is just like throwing it at her after that.
I don't know how to take that. Pleasantville?
Have you seen Pleasantville? It's an interesting movie.
Interesting.
Yeah, you too, Paul.
Well, good night, Paul. Well, okay, on that note, we'll go ahead and wind it down. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining us for this little after show on the Jodi Arias case and the murder of Travis Alexander. And again, a big thank you to Paul from the podcast for joining me for this collab. It's always great working with you. It's always a pleasure. It's always a pain in the ass process too, but it's always.
Of course. Yeah, we get there eventually.
All right. So remember, everybody, we don't live in darkness. Paul, do you want to finish it?
Darkness is in us.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.